get when you cross a Ford Ranger with a great truck month deal? Savings over $3,000. What makes the Ford Ranger go beyond the competition? The best gas mileage of any pickup.
Texas Ford dealers and you.
Where can you find values as good as the Ford Ranger? At your Texas Ford dealer.
I drive right by those burger stands, headed for Taco Bell, man, oh man, they got 3 great big menus. $79.99. And it's so delicious, I'm telling you. Tastes so good, it tastes so fine. They got everything Louise likes. Tacos, nachos, chicken sauce tacos. It tastes so good, it tastes so fine. $79.99. Well, run for the bottle, spread the news. $79.99. Now Taco Bell, 3 great menus. So fine.
If you start any remodeling project without planning carefully, you could be left in the dark.
Honey?
So let the Enlightened Remodeling video light the way. It will guide you through everything from choosing a contractor to creating the beauty of a home lit by window light. The Enlightened Remodeling video, just $2.95 at Andersen Window Center stores.
Just $2.95 at Andersen Window Center stores.
Late night fun tonight on KENS TV.
Eyewitness News, San Antonio's top-rated satellite newscast.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. San Antonio police are investigating a gruesome double murder on the city's southwest side overnight. Authorities say the elderly residents of the 5300 block of Sherry Street were found dead in their home late last night. 67-year-old Wilbur Tony and his 67-year-old wife Alice were found dead in separate rooms in their ransacked home. Police say the couple had been robbed.
Both victims were found inside the house. The male victim was in a bed, was in a bathroom. The female victim was sitting on a chair in the living room. Both of them appear to have injuries to the head. The male victim appears also to have been stabbed in the head. They were last seen, I believe it was Wednesday.
Officials say there were no witnesses to the crime. The thieves also stole 2 of the couple's vehicles. Investigators tonight are looking for a 1989 two-door Honda with the Texas license plate number 572XYD. The second is a GMC Suburban, beige and brown in color, with the license plate number 6654LP. If you see either of these vehicles, you are asked to call the Homicide Department at 299-7636. 100 people, including police, searched all day for a missing 4-year-old boy today, but it turns out Nathaniel Sandberg wasn't really missing after all. It seems Sandberg had gone off for the day with neighbors, but forgot to tell his parents. While around 1 this afternoon, the police were called in and a search ensued. Soon, 100 people, some on horseback and a police helicopter, joined in that search. And then, around 6 tonight, everyone was relieved to see Nathaniel riding home in the back of their neighbor's Suburban.
Oh, I was so worried. Oh, honey.
I'm sorry, you guys. I thought y'all knew that we were going to take it.
I wasn't here.
Members of the Heidi Search Center for Missing Children prepared to start looking. Fortunately, they were not needed.
Handling the worst possible situation rather than, the most optimistic one. And in this case, the most optimistic worked out, and we're so happy about that.
The neighbors told police they thought the boy had permission from his parents to go with them. Well, reactions are mixed today over action by Texas Attorney General Dan Morales. Yesterday, Morales asked a court to give the state more time to devise a fair school finance plan. The state faces a Monday deadline to enact a funding system. Gina Galaviz has that story.
It's not a question of Supreme Courts. It's not a question of communism. It's not a question of Republic versus Democrats. It's a question of our kids, my kids, and your kids.
Months of work on a school finance plan ended with a failing grade.
Have all voted. There have been 63 ayes, 87 noes. The Conference Committee fails adoption.
Attorney General Dan Morales believes the legislature is close to reaching a compromise, but just needs more time. Morales wants 2 more months until June 1st. Edgewood School District Superintendent James Vasquez doesn't think that will happen and believes the court will hold firm and insist state funding to public schools stop on Monday.
The legislature's had 22 years to correct this problem, and they haven't done it. So I've got to assume without the pressure of the court, they're not going to do anything. So I think that the actions of present House exact from the court a demand that they meet the deadline or shut the schools down.
Bexar County House member Leticia Vandepute agrees. Even though she says the Attorney General did what he had to do, she believes the court should make good on its threat to shut down the schools.
As a parent, I know that if I don't make good on my threats to my children, then they lack credibility in me, and anything I say from now on, they could possibly laugh at. And I think the court and the legislature is caught in the same sort of situation.
To go outside.
House lawmaker Jeff Wentworth disagrees. He says Morales did the logical thing, although he can't guarantee an extension will help.
To answer your question, I don't know whether we can do it by June 1st, as Attorney General Morales is asking the court, but at least we'd have an opportunity to work at it a little bit longer, and there's no chance that we'll have something done by April 1st.
Wentworth says a shifting of funds is needed to solve the school funding issue, but it won't earn public education in Texas an A. That, he says, will only happen when the legislature is given the chance to overhaul the entire system. Gina Galavis, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Well, it appears talk of major cuts at the University of Texas at San Antonio isn't shying students away from attending the school. The cuts could happen if state lawmakers approve a proposed state budget. But today, students from around the state turned out for UTSA Day. Students toured the campus and got a taste of campus life. Current students say even if the cuts do happen, the school still has a lot to offer.
They're also going to build a baseball stadium for our new baseball team. We also have plans to build also like 2 new academic buildings. So I think the expansion of the university would sort of like override if there are some proposed budget cuts that are going to distract students. So I don't think that's going to be a major distraction.
School officials say they are projecting $4.4 million in cuts. That could mean a reduction in staff as well as classes. In national and international news, more of Kuwait's burning oil wells were capped today, although some firefighters have been more successful than others in doing so. The Red Adair Company out of Houston managed to cap one well on its second attempt using a mixture of mud and cement. Meanwhile, the Houston-based Boots and Coots firefighting team tried twice to extinguish one of the smaller oil fires, but failed both times due to a lack of water. In Iraq, tens of thousands of people fled the northeastern city of Kirkuk, fearing attack by Saddam Hussein's forces who are trying to crush a Kurdish rebellion. Iraq's Prime Minister Sadoun Hamadi says government troops are making progress and are putting down the uprising. Spokesmen for the rebels have called on all Kurds to stay and fight. Representatives from Iraq joined 20 other Arab countries today for the first full Arab League meeting since Iraq invaded Kuwait last August. Iraqi opposition groups, though, protested Iraq's participation in the meeting and called on the League to demand that Saddam Hussein's government step aside. The meeting turned out to be short-lived, though, after Jordanian delegates recommended an adjournment until political matters could be worked out. And when we come back, the City Animal Control Office wants a bigger bite of the budget, and hundreds turn out for what could be a life-saving experience.
Stretch your entertainment dollar with Paragon Cable. You'll get channel after channel of entertainment that's right on the money. From family programs to exclusive sports to hit movies on Showtime and HBO, you can bank on Paragon to offer you the best. And right now you can cash in on some great savings. Call 1-800-827-0304 and get 2 free San Antonio Rider tickets while supply lasts, plus installation for only $9.95. Just ask for the entertainment dollar deal.
During Hyundai Savings Time, your Hyundai dealer is offering the biggest rebates he's had all year. With as much as $1,500 factory cash back, you can own this durable, economical Excel for as little as $58.50. Or get away in a sporty new Scoop with power steering and stereo. With a $1,000 rebate, it starts at just $83.15. It's not only fun to drive, it's easy to own. See your Hyundai dealer. It could be the smartest move you make all year. Sale ends April 3rd.
The police shooting of a family pet Rottweiler this week has some wondering if the dog's life could have been saved if there were more people on the animal control staff. Advisors to the Animal Control Board and the city now want to see animal control become a higher priority when budget time rolls around. Randy Golson reports.
To his owner, Buster the Rottweiler was a pet and security guard. But when he got loose on Thursday and apparently killed a cat, a frightened neighbor called police. A San Antonio police officer saw the dog as a dangerous animal and shot him dead. Animal control had also been called, but they already had their hands full.
The driver that would have responded over there was across the other side of town, so he couldn't get over there right away. And we handle cases like this every day the same way.
The prospect of something like this happening again is likely. The city is growing, and so are the number of pets animal control has to deal with.
Over the last 5 years, we've impounded 10,000 more animals in 1986 up to 1990. And we will probably need more drivers.
Bunny Neal is chairman of the Animal Control Facility Advisory Board. She says more funds for animal control might enable them to respond to crises with stray pets more easily. Come next meeting, the board will ask the city to spend more funds on animal control.
We need people that are trained to be able to handle incidences that happened, like with the shooting of the dog, so that we don't have people making judgment calls that could have been made differently.
Neal says overall the public needs to be better educated on adhering to leash laws and protecting their own pets. Animal control officials say the situation was handled just as it should have been. In fact, they say if anyone was at fault, it's the owners of the cat and the dog, because both animals should have been kept on a leash and confined within their own yards. Randy Golson, Channel 5, Eyewitness News.
Well, did you know a person who suffers a heart attack has a 30% better chance of survival if someone who knows CPR is on the scene? However, less than 10% of San Antonio's population knows how to administer the life-saving procedure. The American Red Cross and the American Heart Association, along with other agencies, came together today to change the odds. A day-long CPR clinic was held at Freeman Coliseum. Several hundred San Antonians took advantage of the free classes taught by local health care officials.
In learning CPR, which is a very easy skill, we teach them how to recognize what needs to be done. And for instance, if someone is not breathing, then we teach them the proper technique for giving 2 rescue breaths, and then to check for a pulse. And if there's no pulse, then to start pumping up and down on the chest.
Doctors say 75% of heart attacks occur in the home. City Councilwoman Yolanda Vera took time out from her bid for re-election today to keep an annual tradition in her district. It is the yearly Easter egg hunt for the children of parents in District 7. Children 10 and under got to meet the Easter Bunny and take part in a challenging Easter egg hunt in Woodlawn Park. The special plastic eggs were filled with candy toys and mystery numbers for special prizes.
They include a couple passes to SeaWorld, some theater tickets, some CD record albums, and a variety of things that have been contributed by some of the area businesses.
Vera says she also provides children with a hot dog picnic at Halloween. Still to come, deadly tornadoes rip across the southeastern U.S. And Jim Thomas joins us with our own Easter Day forecast. We'll be right back.
Right now we're watching a few thunderstorms out there.
Cold, chilly temperatures.
Winds gusty to 40 miles an hour.
Hi, Paul Alexander. The new Fiesta Auto Center's big grand opening challenge sale is on. Talk about values, they're here, and we challenge our competition to beat our low prices. Fiesta's out to sell 300 new cars and trucks in March, and to do this, we're offering our new Value Plus bonus on every deal. You'll get complete interior and exterior paint and fabric protection with a 3-year warranty of $489 value. Plus, register to win a $10,000 U.S. savings bond. Now that's Value Plus. Open till midnight, the new Fiesta Auto Center on Bandera Road.
The dedication and effort of our troops in the Persian Gulf will not be forgotten. Thank you from everyone at
Airtron. With all we have in store for you at North Star, you can shop for whatever springs to mind. North Star for spring.
Dr. Donald H. Masters invites you to attend a free seminar on how the latest dental techniques can help restore the health of your teeth and the beauty of your smile. Call 349-4424.
For complete news information any time of the day or night, call Eyewitness News Headlines at 524-4600. Then press KENS, a service of Eyewitness News.
Residents of the southeastern U.S. were busy cleaning up today after heavy thunderstorms spawned at least 4 tornadoes. The twisters touched down yesterday in parts of Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina, killing 3 and injuring 12. In Douglasville, Georgia, just west of Atlanta, one tornado left the roof of City Hall lying crumbled on the city square. Jim Thomas joins us now with our forecast. Freezing temperatures tonight up in the hill country.
That's right. It's possible. Depends on how quickly the skies clear. We've got a big area of clouds, and we're watching them move right now. Let's take a look at the satellite photo. We'll show you what's been going on. You'll notice over Texas early this morning, most of the state was clear. This was about 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. Most of South Texas under clear skies, but this was a storm system which we've been tracking the last several days. As it moved out of the Rockies, it's been moving southeastward, and as it has been doing that, it's been producing some wintry weather. This is an upper level low, no surface features associated with this, no cold fronts, but an upper level disturbance, and it's been producing snow even in the Panhandle, Amarillo down to Lubbock. Now we'll put this into motion during the day, and you can see as all the clouds move southeastward, it's sort of hard to pick out that counterclockwise motion. Not real easy on this satellite area pictures, but again, you saw the clouds moving. One more time, again, early today, the skies were clear over most of Texas, but then as the day went on, all the clouds moved southeastward, and as they moved into San Antonio, they encountered more moisture, and you can see the showers and thunderstorms here, the brighter white clouds indicating the higher cloud tops, which have developed during the evening. We'll drop in the fronts tonight. We have an old front which is well into the Gulf of Mexico, high pressure building behind this upper level low. So as this tracks on through and the skies clear, high pressure to the north is going to allow some cooler air to filter southward. Freezing temperatures expected all the way into the hill country, most of North Texas tonight and very close to San Antonio. Elsewhere, a little bit of a front moving through the north central plain states, and again this old system back into Florida producing a little bit of weather activity, some showers and thunderstorms around this low into parts of Florida, and again precipitation in Texas back here in the north sections. No rain or snow today in the northeast, but they also have freezing conditions. We have a lot of high pressure helping that cold air as it flows southward. Texas map tonight. Here's a little area of rain that we've been watching right through the central part of the state. Let's take a look at a couple of radars to show you. First of all, this goes back to about 8 o'clock this evening, just as this line of thunderstorms was entering Bexar County. Now, let's take a look at the current radar, and you can see this is actually a new line. The old line that we looked at has moved south of Floresville. This is a new area which has been developing just within the last 30 minutes, so another area of rain to move on through. One other quick thing to show you off Doppler 5 will show you how tall the cloud tops are. About 19,000 feet. This storm is about 75 miles away from KENS TV, but the storm tops are not very intense, so no severe weather. That's the good news. Just a few showers and thunderstorms. More about your forecast in just a minute.
For complete weather information anytime, call Weather-Tel at 524-4600, then press KENS, a service of Eyewitness News and Finkel's Salad Bar and Grill Restaurants.
They're a way to get started, they're a way to hang in, they're a way to succeed, and they're a way to begin. There's someone to be there with a long-term direction, yeah. You've got it made, 'cause you've got connections.
At Southwestern Bell, our everyday life is helping businesses communicate in their everyday life.
With Southwestern Bell, you've got great connections.
Waterbeds, waterbeds, waterbeds! The colossal foreclosure and out-of-business sale of the former Bedroom Designs waterbeds continues, and frankly, we're desperate. Every waterbed, every dresser, chest, mirror, and nightstand, every sheet, every comforter, every mattress and box spring, that's right, everything will be sold to someone at some price. Profits are forgotten. Every single item slashed 30 to 70% off. Hurry to this amazing forced out-of-business sale conducted at the 3 former Bedroom Designs waterbeds locations. Be assured, nothing is held back.
We dropped about 16 degrees as all the clouds moved in. Now at 50 degrees, humidity 71%, northeast wind at 15. Highs and lows today, 73, or make that 70. 43 was this morning's low. 77 and 54 are the normal high and low for this state. And the forecast for tonight, showers or thunderstorms, then clearing skies, possibly dropping as low as 38 in San Antonio. Depends on when the skies do clear. High temperature tomorrow under mostly fair skies near 70, then a not too bad a week next week. Again, a freeze warning in effect toward the hill country where it could get much colder.
Okay, but just about 38 for us, maybe not, or
that
a little bit cooler, but not freezing?
That's right. Doesn't look like it'll get that cold here.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
Sure.
Well, coming up, no surprises today in the Women's Hardcourt Championship at McFarland Tennis Center we'll show you, and the Final Four is now the terrific 2. Chuck Miketinac with sports coming up.
Both games were upsets today, plus the Spurs winning. We'll have it all when we come back.
Can you believe you...
Bill Blass. If you think these respected names in eyewear are a good reason to come to TSO, you're right.
Harry Ellis.
But an even better reason may be these respected names.
Barry Davis. Dina Amarine. Stanley Lawler. Rick Ortiz. Steve Stanfield.
TSO, where doctors make the difference. Bring in a coupon from your local paper and ask about one of these 3 special offers.
Some people will do anything to get rid of their fire ants. But all you really need is Amdro Fire Ant Killer. Nothing is safer, easier to use, or more effective. Ants feed Amdro to others throughout the mound, killing all the ants, including the queen. Nothing works better than Amdro. The only thing that even comes close is maybe an anteater. Make it safe to go back into the yard again. Get Amdro.
I drive right by those burger stands, headed for Taco Bell, man, oh man, they got 3 great big menus. $79.99. And it's so delicious, I'm telling you. Tastes so good, it tastes so fine. They got everything Louise likes. Tacos, nachos, chicken sauce tacos. It tastes so good, it tastes so fine. $79.99. Well, run for the bottle, spread the news. $79.99. Taco Bell, 3 great menus. So fine.
Of course, we're on late tonight because of the UNLV Duke game, and UNLV now going to the national championships, not.
Exactly. Oh, we were also on because the Flash was on, too.
Right.
But also, it's just hard to believe that UNLV could be shocked like this. I mean, nobody was expecting it. Only one person that I know has predicted this. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about the Spurs first. Last week at this time, we were talking about how badly the Spurs had been struggling. But ever so quietly, the Spurs put together a modest 4-game winning streak going into tonight's game with the NBA's worst team, the Denver Nuggets. It's always run and gun when you play the Denver Nuggets, and tonight was no different. Even Larry Brown likes the change of pace. Orlando Woolridge helped Denver to an 11-point first-quarter lead, but the Spurs answer back. Watch as Sidney Green closes the fast break. Former Spur Reggie Williams says, "San Antonio, kiss my..." Spurs took the lead in the second. David Robinson with the throwdown. Now, he thought he was hacked on the play, but he still gets the final say anyway. Watch this. He's going to get the steal coming up right here. And then, unlike most big men, he drives the floor and gets the hoop. Spurs by 16 at the half. In the second, more of the same. Forget it. Lightning Rod finds Sean Elliott. Spurs win going away 130 to 116. Big Daddy David had 31 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocked shots. Spurs now a full game lead over the Jazz. That's 5 in a row for SA. Let's see. Now we've got hear no evil, speak no evil, and have no fun. No. Magic coach Matty Gukas won a shocker today against the Houston Rockets, and that bodes well for the Spurs. Scott Skiles had 25 as the Magic do a little hocus-pocus on the Rockets today. 114 to 82, putting the Skids on their 13-game winning streak. Remember Link from the Mod Squad? Well, he surfaced today in Orlando. Okay, let's check scores. There's the Spurs score, and there's the Rockets score. They now trail the Spurs by 2 games. In the Battle of the News, New York whipped New Jersey, and Milwaukee clipped the Hawks 104 to 96. Spurs coach Larry Brown had a lot vested in today's North Carolina-Kansas matchup in the early Final Four game. Brown went to UNC and was also an assistant there, but he also led the Jayhawks to a national championship a few years back. Coach Brown probably led it up to a coin flip as far as who to root for. Heads, Kansas wins, and tails, UNC loses. Now, with odds like that, the Jayhawks couldn't lose. Although Carolina opened up a big lead in the first half, Pete Chilcutt gives the Heels a 7-point lead. But KU made a late first half run. Terry Brown nails this 3. Kansas led by 9 at the half. In the second half, the Jayhawks weathered every North Carolina storm by getting multiple opportunities on the offensive boards, like this 3 by Sean Tunstall. The Dean of College Basketball got chucked towards the end. A quick whistle got the better of Dean Smith, who did leave the bench a little early. But the Jayhawks get the best of North Carolina anyway, 79 to 73. They will play for it all on Monday night. Mark Randall had 16 points to pace Kansas. By the way, Larry Brown recruited 3 of the Kansas starters for your information. Now to the game you've all been waiting for. Duke and Coach Mike Krzyzewski versus UNLV and Jerry Tarkanian. It was marqueed as good versus bad, the White Hats versus the Blacktops, but whatever you wanted to call it, this was definitely one of the biggest upsets in college history. It was nip and tuck from start to finish, and this game was tied at 40 until that play, Bobby Hurley right there, gets the three-pointer, Duke by 3. But this was probably the turning point in this ball game. UNLV was up by 5 late with a chance to add to their lead, but they allow the shot clock to expire, and Duke had a chance with under 2 to go. Duke cut the Rebel lead to 2, and Brian Davis goes baseline to try and tie it. He does, plus the foul. Duke by 1 late in the second. Now, after both sides hit a few free throws, Duke maintained a 2-point lead. One more shot for Vegas, and Andersen Hunt's rainbow shot is off the rim long. Duke stops the nation's longest streak at 45. Nobody gave them a chance except for KENS photographer Bob Luna, who told me this would happen before the game. Duke will play on Monday against Kansas for the national championship. Now, don't go away. Mavs star Roy Tarpley has another bout with the law. And speaking of bouts, Sugar Ray admits to drug usage. That plus tennis when we come back.
There's nothing like the taste of Bluebell homemade ice cream.
There's nothing like the taste of the very best.
Eat all we can, and we sell the rest. It's all made, homemade down home. Bluebell, the best ice cream in the country.
Bluebell, the best ice cream in the country.
The Germans are coming, and the San Antonio Riders will give the Frankfurt Galaxy a taste of Texas dust. Be there at the Riders home opener on Monday, April 1st. See Little Joe Hernandez and Willie Nelson.
This is Tom Landry. If you want football excitement like you've never seen before, be there when the world comes to San Antonio. Get your tickets and get in the game.
Home game kickoff this Monday. Tickets on sale now. Call 22-Rider or any Rainbow Ticketmaster location today.
There's no way you guys are gonna win out here. We got the run and gun, man.
More like stumbling heat.
Hey, I've got Pizza Hut on the line. What do you guys want?
A sausage.
Mushroom.
Sausage.
During the Final Four, satisfy everyone with the new Pizza Hut MVP Pizza with 4 of your favorite toppings. Pepperoni, Italian sausage, mushrooms, and green peppers. Get one for $7.99 and a second for just $4 more. In delivery and carry out only.
So how many MVP pizzas should we get?
3's good.
1, 2, 5.
Hopeless.
Pizza Hut, making it great.
Well, we've been talking about it all week long. If things went as planned, top-ranked Monica Seles and Steffi Graf would meet in the finals at the Hardcourt Championships. For a change, things did go as planned after the 2 big hitters won semifinal matches today. An absolute beautiful day to play tennis, although Seles didn't exactly have a cakewalk today against Manuela Maleva-Franier. Both sides feeling the effects of the heat today. Seles had little trouble in the first set, taking that one 6-2. But Maleva-Franier battled back in the second set. Now she'll get Seles out of position after a long rally and slam home the set point right there. We're all tied at 1 set apiece. But Monica settled down in the third set, advancing to the finals by winning the third set 6-2. Match point goes a little long there. Monica's opponent will be Steffi Graf, who walked into the finals today. She breezed past Julie Hollyard 6-love, 6-1. Graf is yet to be tested in this tournament, but no doubt she'll have her hands full tomorrow against Monica Seles. Starting time for that one is 1 o'clock. Now, from the 2 best players in the world to the WLAF scores tonight, it was Birmingham by a touchdown over Sacramento, and Orlando is now 2-0 after whipping Raleigh-Durham 58-20. In news off of the playing field, former Bears quarterback Mike Tomczak is packing his bags and heading north. The Green Bay Packers have announced that they have signed the Plan B free agent, but terms of the deal were not disclosed. In basketball, Dallas Mavericks star Roy Tarpley is in trouble with the law again. Late last night, Tarpley was arrested with suspicion of drunken driving. He made bond, but Tarpley already has 2 strikes against him in the NBA's anti-drug policy. If he's found guilty, that could mean the end of his NBA playing days. While Tarpley will never be mistaken for an angel, this is going to come as a shock to a few of you out there like it was to me. Mr. Squeaky Clean himself, Sugar Ray Leonard, says he used cocaine and drank heavily back in the mid-'80s when he was in one of his many retirements. All of this came out today because the LA Times published some excerpts from his divorce proceedings. So you never want to get divorced, all the dirty laundry comes out. Leonard told reporters today that what he did was wrong and that he no longer does drugs. And that is a look at sports for a busy Saturday night. We'll be back with more tomorrow.
Okay, Chuck. We'll be right back.
Somehow the news is getting around about Dunkin Donuts.
My donut's coming up to 52 varieties with no cholesterol. My donuts are made with the finest ingredients and no cholesterol. My donuts are made fresh with no cholesterol.
Dunkin Donuts now up to 52 cholesterol-free varieties.
Look who's here.
I want your donuts.
With most families, this is as formal as dinner parties usually get. The only audience they'll have with the Queen involves a deck of cards. And the last award ceremony they attended took place in a kitchen. That's why there's Mervyn's, the store for all the comfortable, casual clothes you wear most at very comfortable prices. Mervyn's, for the clothes you love to live in. Because chances are the yachting you're most likely to do happens in 6 inches of water.
Hi, Paul Alexander. The new Fiesta Auto Center's big grand opening challenge sale is on. Talk about values, they're here, and we challenge our competition to beat our low prices. Fiesta's out to sell 300 new cars and trucks in March, and to do this, we're offering our new Value Plus bonus on every deal. You'll get complete interior and exterior paint and fabric protection with a 3-year warranty of $489 value. Plus, register to win a $10,000 U.S. savings bond. Now that's Value Plus. Open till midnight, the new Fiesta Auto Center on Bandera Road.
If Looks Could Kill is a new movie out, and it takes a jab at every James Bond movie ever made. But this adventure would not even intrigue 007, much less our movie critic Bob Polonsky. More in tonight's movie review.
If Looks Could Kill murders credibility. It also does in most of the audience, but only those 12 years old and older. The younger ones will get a kick out of it, especially those who like the intellectual adventures of Superboy and Mighty Mouse. Now, if you want to know how to tell if this is your kind of movie or not, just sit through the first 10 minutes. Then ask yourself if this movie is for real. If the answer is yes, by all means stay. You're probably safer in the movie house than in the real world. This movie takes a poke at every James Bond movie ever made and enhances them with adolescent humor. The star is Richard Grieco, the TV personality who made 21 Jump Street and scared off the few remaining adults watching TV in his time period. Grieco plays a high school student who doesn't graduate with his pals because he flunked French. So he goes to Paris with the French club for extra credit. Now, if you buy it so far, you're hooked. I should say rooked. The rest of the movie gets wilder. Grieco just happens to have the same name as an important spy on our side who lives in the same city and is scheduled to take the same plane for Paris. The contrivances get worse when he single-handedly saves Europe, the world's economy, and a very bad actress who plays the heroine, and also has a one-on-one confrontation with a bad spy with an iron hand. The movie is wild enough to work if it had a sense of humor like the James Bond flicks. Grieco looks better than he acts, and this movie really sounds better than it plays, because it really and truly is awful. If looks could really kill, movies like this wouldn't be made. Discriminating moviegoers would see to it, literally. Why, they'd stare down the scriptwriter and stop him dead. I'm Bob Polonsky, Eyewitness News.
And that wraps up Eyewitness News at 10 on this Saturday night. Thanks so much for hanging around to watch us late. We'll be on tomorrow at 5:30. Hope to see you then.
Wanted to mention one more time, no severe weather. We've still got a few thunderstorms that might rumble through San Antonio over the next couple of hours.